On 11 October 2016, government and 7 companies in the construction industry signed an agreement to promote transformation in the sector and settle outstanding and potential civil claims between the parties relating to a number of infrastructure projects. The civil claims relate to the infrastructure projects in the period to 2010 that were settled as part of the fast-track settlement process with the Competition Commission. The settlement agreement, also known as the Voluntary Rebuilding Program, or VRP, has 3 components. First, financial contributions by the companies of 1.5 billion rand for developmental projects, which is in addition to the 1.4 billion rand in competition penalties previously imposed by the Competition Tribunal. Second, commitments to promote transformation and Black South African ownership and participation in the sector through either equity transactions or by partnering with and developing smaller Black-owned construction companies that will result in Black-owned companies with a market value of roughly 5 billion rand by 2024. And third, integrity commitments by CEOs, by company CEOs, to take all steps to avoid collusion and corruption in their dealings with the state, their competitors and their customers, and to partner with government in exposing all forms of corruption and tender irregularities. The companies have paid their first tranche of 117 million rand in terms of the settlement agreement to the National Revenue Fund. The next payment is due in July 2017. These monies will be appropriated each year to a trust to be called the Tirisano Fund to support a number of projects. First, bursaries for Black students studying engineering, quantity surveying and building science. Second, bursaries for the development of Black artisans, including through mentorships and employment placements. Third, maths and science education in public schools. Fourth, special social development projects such as rural bridges, student accommodation, clinics, schools and sports fields. Fifth, building capacity in the state on engineering, project management and other infrastructure services in the design, construction, operation and maintenance of public infrastructure. And sixth, enterprise development programs for small Black-owned construction firms, including through the provision of working capital at concessional rates and support on performance bonds. In respect of transformation, the companies have engaged potential partners over the past 4 months, and in a number of cases, agreements have been reached. The 7 construction companies are expected to finalize their partnership arrangements before the end of the current quarter. The partnership transformation targets are expected to be achieved within 7 years, and provision is made for short extensions of time on good cause. 3 of the companies are in discussion or have concluded agreements with emerging construction partner companies to increase the turnover of such Black-owned companies within 7 years. Now, members of the media, should all the targets be reached in the settlement agreement within the 7-year period, which is the target period, it would result in a very significant presence by Black South Africans in the construction industry. More than 40 Black-owned companies or investment vehicles will directly benefit from the transformation commitments. Based on current turnover and profit levels in the sector, it is projected that by the end of 7 years, Black firms and Black equity owners participating in the settlement agreement, or VRP as we also call it, would first have a combined turnover of between 21 and 27 billion rand annually. The commitment provides that each CEO takes all steps in their power to ensure that the company and its employees conduct business in South Africa in accordance with sound legal and ethical practice. And finally, that they expose, confront, eradicate and prevent collusion and corruption in the construction industry and their dealings with public entities, private sector institutions, and with each other. It's the view of all the participants that this settlement agreement is a groundbreaking model of effective and massive transformation, The transformation target set out above covers only the efforts of the 7 companies. And if we take them together with the other steps by government to promote transformation, the industry is expected to see far-ranging changes in ownership, control, and management that will bring Black South Africans into the mainstream of construction and civil engineering over the next half-decade. All of us today, cabinet members and company chief executives and chairpersons, welcome the progress made with the settlement agreement.